Having the ability to cope with challenges is important for all children, regardless of where they grow up. This ability, the resilience of children, adolescents, and youth, is particularly important during times of crisis. Many humanitarian programs are aimed at strengthening resilience among children and young people. What exactly does this mean? How should we understand resilience among children, adolescents, and youth? What can we do to strengthen their resilience? This is what you will focus on in the next part of this module. Resilience among young people concerns their ability to deal with various risk factors in their lives and overcome difficulties by using different protective factors to help them. It is about the ability of children and young people to deal with a specific adversity in a way that does not harm their development. It is also about the ability to cope and recover successfully from traumatic events or long-term stressors. Resilience can be defined as both the process of an individual to navigate his or her way to psychological, social, cultural, and physical resources, and the capacity to, individually and collectively, negotiate these resources to be provided in culturally meaningful ways. Let us break down this definition further. First, what is meant by resilience is a process. Resilience is a process means that children's ability to cope with challenges is not something static that they are born with, which remains the same for the rest of their lives. Rather, it is a process that we can help to facilitate. All children have the potential and ability to both overcome difficulties and to learn new competencies to cope with future adversities. Children cope with challenges through using their internal resources with care and support from families and communities. These include psychological, social, cultural, and physical resources. To be resilient, young people need to be aware of these resources, where to access them, and how to use them meaningfully. This is where the concept of navigation and negotiation comes in. If we take as our starting point the fact that all children, adolescents, and youth have an ability to cope with challenges in life by drawing upon their internal and external protective factors, then we acknowledge that each individual is an active subject who responds to and influences his or her world rather than adapting and surviving passively. This is why the right of children to participate in program design and decisions that affect their lives is so essential. We also need to recognize the importance of families, communities, and governments in providing resources in ways that children value and can access. Relevant protective factors in children's lives will help to sustain their psychosocial well-being, healthy development, and positive engagement in society. Children themselves also have a responsibility to care for these resources and be a resource themselves to other children. For example, by being a good friend, which is also a protective factor for themselves. A helpful concept when reflecting upon resilience among children, adolescents, and youth is the concept of I am, I can, and I have. This concept captures the complex interaction of personal and social factors that enables individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. I am, inner strength, resources, and belief. This dimension is focused on the young person's perception of him or herself and their inner motivation and beliefs. For example, I am a person that others can like and love, respectful of myself and others, glad to do nice things for others and show my concern, willing to be responsible for what I do, someone with a purpose and who feels valued, optimistic that things will work out well. This dimension is fundamental to psychosocial well-being and ability to cope with challenges. Personal resources and qualities, such as self-esteem, empower young people to positively explore life and make healthy choices. For example, a child who believes in him or herself and feels worthy of being protected is more likely to ask for help.